Hi, you guys. It's Thursday evening, August 13th, 2015. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 62. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl.net. The Purl is P-E-I-R-L. P-E-A-R-L. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. There will be links in the show notes to the podcast group. And this week we have one new member who is Sally Rollins, who is Sally from Australia. Hi, Sally. Thanks for joining the group and introducing yourself. Birthday shout-outs this week, the Ravelry group birthday shout-outs. We have two birthday girls this coming week. We have Lady N10, 48, who is Deborah. Her birthday is tomorrow. And we have CC Knits, who is Carolyn, and her birthday is Sunday, August the 16th. So happy birthday, ladies. I hope you have a wonderful day. This podcast has a June, July, and August knit along. And the August rules are, well, it's a blanket along. You can either piece or do whatever you choose to do. The blanket needs to have been started on or after June 1st and finished and posted by August 31st. If you can finish two blankets in this time, you are allowed 2 entries per person. The prize is going to be, since it is a 3-month thing, a $10 or less giftable pattern on Ravelry. So, that's all I have to say about that. Wow, that's all the administration. I sped through that one, didn't I? Story of the week, stash enhancement. Story of the week. I started a new craft. Just like it's something I need to do. Like I don't already do enough. But a friend of mine is getting married in October, and she wants some brooch bouquets. I have never heard of such a thing. So she started showing me these things on Etsy, and they're quite pricey. And she asked me if I could do it. And at first I'm like, I don't know how they did that. So I watched a few YouTube videos, good old YouTube, and I decided to try it. And so I've been working on this week. So I'm going to show you my practice stuff. It's not completed. It's not anywhere where I want it to be, but this is what I've been working on. So, and it's just I bought little beads that kind of look like brooches. The idea is to take the brooches or whatever and wire them so they are like a flower that you can stuff down in here. So it's not what I want it to be yet because these things don't match. These are just my little trial things, so I'm still working on it, but that's what I've been doing, so I thought I would share that with you. I think that once I get the actual brooches and they are all matching, it's going to be very pretty. And then I'll, of course, wrap this and put a bow and all that. So they'll have little brooch bouquets. Just fun. I've never done this type of thing before, so we'll see how it turns out. So, stash enhancement. It's kind of fiber related, but not fiber. I bought a 3-ring binder. I still got that stuff on it. I got my. So and the protectors, the page protectors, so that I can have my patterns all in one place, so I don't have to be digging around in all my stuff looking for my patterns and then end up just printing off another pattern. So trying to be a little bit more green minded, and so I have them all. That's what I did for stash. I got my patterns all together so that when I want a pattern I can go. And I also, a personality, I put them in alphabetical order. So, and funny thing, when I was going through all my patterns, I found this pattern that I did. I had it in my paper queue for a while, and then I found it on Pinterest and made it. Isn't that funny? I had this pattern already, but then I forgot about it, and then I found it on Pinterest and made it. Anyway, so that's what I did as far as stash this week. Up. So, we're moving into the finished objects this week. I have 2 finished objects. I finished one of the hand towels. Here's where I was last week. I didn't have much to do. So there it is. Good, a nice size hand towel. This is a free pattern on Ravelry by Tracy Heiner. The yarn is Barnett Cotton. Geometric color is Emerald Energy. Needles, I used US 6 4mm Addy Turbos, 40-inch circulars. There you go. That is one completed towel, except I haven't woven in the ends yet. And that's where I was last week. And I completed the work sock baby snuggie, except mine's Snuggler, except mine's not the colors of the work sock. So I ended up, there's where I was last week, and I didn't think I would have enough of the white, but I did. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I thought it was going to be another foot longer or something. I don't know. So it's finished. Ready for the baby. Let me tell you about the pattern and the yarn. The pattern is a free pattern on Ravelry by Shelley Hilton. The yarn is Patton's Beehive Chunky in luscious lace and quicker clover. I used Addy Turbo US 9 5.5mm 40-inch circular, and I knitted magic loop. So that is done, and I'm going to make another one because we have another baby coming in December. You know, it stretches quite a bit. It looks kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of small, but it does stretch good. So that is that. That is all of the finished objects. So moving along to the works in progress. In my Joanne Springs Knitspinfarm, links in the show notes to her Etsy store. I love these bags. These are nice all-purpose bags. I have the number 2 basket rib towel, hand towel. Do I need to go through all this again? I'll show you this yarn. It's the same thing as one of the finished objects, the Barnett Handicrafters Cotton, Geometrics, Emerald Energy, Basket Rib Hand Towel. Let me bring it up closer. It's a really nice, easy, simple pattern. Free Ravelry. I don't need to repeat all the information. Y'all are smart people. In my Joanne Springs Knitspinfarm bag number 2, I have the Freesia, which is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by Jumper Cables yarn. Oh, the yarn is Broco Vintage DK. The color is numbers. Yeah. I am knitting it on my, it's knit on US 6 4mm squares. Use this needle for my other Freesia as well. And I didn't get a lot accomplished on this one. I did approximately 2 pattern repeats. This is my Freesia number 2. Don't have anything else to say. I'm kind of boring this week. Sorry, folks. And finally, the third thing. I only have 3 whips this week. The Rose City Rollers. Is a free pattern on Ravelry by Mara Catherine Briner. I am using a messed up ball of yarn. It is Plymouth Yarns Stiletto. The colorway is, I believe it is a number. Yes, 802, lot 2300. It is 70% superwash merino, 23% nylon, and 7% lax. So it's very sparkly. I was probably about here last week on the heel. I did the turn and I'm finished with the gusset. Oh, would you get out of the way? I'm finished with the gusset part, so I'm on to the foot. So I did not do anything with the striping. I just knit. So I just knit the heel flap and then just kept the yarn the same. So it interrupted the striping a little, but I'm okay with that. There it is. I'm using my 2.75 US 2s double point carbons. These are very, very, very nice needles. It's got a nice sharp point. Not too slippery. Very nice. Yep, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. So, I made some progress. I got... Isn't that pretty? I can't wait to see all of the colors in the foot as the stripes. So, recommend this pattern. This is my second pair. So, it's fun. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more. I really got... I finished the 2 finished objects just like... I think I finished the Snuggler Thursday night after filming last week. So spinning, I did start a new project. This is Polworth by YarnGeekFibers. The color is Endangered Species. She has always lovely stuff, YarnGeekFibers. And this is what it looks like pre-spun. And I finished the first 2 ounces. And that's what it looks like. Don't know what it's going to turn out like. I envision it being kind of a like animal printy when it's plied. I'm planning on 2 plying, obviously, this first 2 ounces. I picture it being a little... I can't think of the word, but kind of like animal printy when it's plied together. So I'm not doing it in any certain way. I'm just like spinning it as I go. Just, you know, the 2 ounces and then the other 2 ounces and then just going to apply it together. No particular order. Just split it up and spinning it. Yay! So that is all of the regular stuff. So we're moving into the Pinterest. Pinterest this week is from the Renegade Seamstress. I thought it was really cool. She has a website where she does tutorials on taking like an old dress, a hand-me-down. It's like refashioning tutorials. Refashioning tutorials by the Renegade Seamstress. That's kind of what... And then... the first picture, she takes a dress, maybe that she got from from a resale shop or a hand-me-down or something she wore years ago, and she refashioned it into something cute. And this whole thing, just she takes different things and makes something different out of them. That's a cute little sweater that she put an applique on. She has a dress that she ended up making into a little vest. Okay, I ended up going into that. I don't want to do that, so sorry, folks. Dun dun dun. Anyway, you get the picture. It's really cool. Links are in the show notes to this. And it's just interesting to look at the possibilities anyway. So that is Pinterest. And now the stumble. And I'm calling this episode Refreshing because that is like a fashion refreshing. And then the stumble is 7 ways to a marvelous morning routine with less stress. So I think that's refreshing. I have tried at least one of these, 2 of these things. Here's kind of what it looks like. 7 ways to a marvelous morning routine with less stress. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a morning person. And when that alarm goes off, jerking me out of bed, I don't respond well. So one of the things I did was the first thing. Change the screech to a calm tone. Nature sounds, chimes, and bells will lull your body out of sleep rather than the jolting awake. And then it also recommends setting the alarm. Oh, what am I doing with this? This is... Sorry, I'm having struggles with electronic devices today. Okay, so what was I saying? It says set your alarm a tad early just so you'll have a little extra time to get ready to get up. The second one is to open a window to look outside and greet the day. The sunshine or sunlight will arouse your senses and help blurry eyes clear. The next hint is to hydrate. Drink a glass of water because it says those much needed 8 hours of shut-eye you just got have left your body depleted of water. So drink a glass of water. And then it says to exercise. Commit to 15 minutes of low intensity walking or stretching. I have a hard time with that, but I know I need to. So, and then fuel up. Eat your breakfast. And before you go to work, meditate. Whatever it is that you do to meditate. They said take 5 to 30 minutes. So what I've been doing is I've been unplugging from, because usually I'll sit down in front of my computer, drink my coffee, and look at websites. So this last couple of days, what I have done is I've got my cup of coffee, came in here, and sat down and knitted a couple rows and thought about my day as I knitted and that's what I did to meditate, thinking about my day and while doing something that calms me and relaxes me. And the final thing is to set your goals for today. Try to maintain flexibility throughout the day and to take things as they come. Don't stress over small stuff. And repeat your goal of the day when things start to go wacky. So I thought this was really a nice webpage, stumble, whatever it is. So if you're interested, the links are in the show notes. You can go and read the whole thing and be refreshed. Wow, it's going to be a short one this week. I just kind of feel it. Maybe I just rushed through. Anyway, I apologize if I did. I'll do better next week. So all of the links, everything that I talked about is in the show notes, which is at knitandpearl.net. Have a wonderful week. And for those of you, for Lady in 10 and for CC Knits, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.